Hello guys, Brad here again with another fragrance video, and today I thought I would talk about some of the more overrated or over hyped fragrance houses in the fragrance community. And I recently did a video where I talked about under the radar and underappreciated houses, so I thought it might just be nice to look at the other end of the spectrum. And really, I had a hard time coming up with five. Um, Really, it just boils down to two houses that really get under my skin within the fragrance community because of all the attention that they seem to be receiving and in the abundance of videos on these two houses. And you could argue that there are some other houses to add to the list, like Yves Saint Laurent, perhaps because of the whole L'Homme thing going on. But really, I thought L'Homme was okay, and L'Homme Libre, in my opinion, is bottle worthy. Probably wouldn't own La Nuit or any of the other flankers, but um, really, I don't think the flankers are getting too much attention anyway. There's not a lot of love past L'Homme and La Nuit anyway. So I thought, better not really bring Yves Saint Laurent into the mix. And then Chanel, I thought, well, yeah, a lot of people seem to be talking about Chanel, but really, Blue Day Chanel was really good. And if you can find a bottle of the original edition Blanche, that's pretty good. And Platinum Egoiste is a nice one as well. So I thought, well, there's three good ones right there. And I haven't really even tried the original Allure enough to give it any thought. So there might be at least four good ones from Chanel to own. So maybe they deserve, all the love that they get. But really, the top two definitely need to be, talked about a little bit. And the first one would be Christian Dior. Now, Christian Dior, basically, for the most part, they are broken down into two sets of fragrances. For the most part, you have the Fahrenheit grouping, and then you have the Dior Homme grouping. Now, Fahrenheit is a nice fragrance, but I do think maybe it is becoming a bit old school and played out. I know most people, when they smell it, just like when they smell Drakkar Noir or Brut, they know what it is. So, it's hard to really feel confident wearing that fragrance if you're the type of person like me that wants to stand out a little bit. Then you had Fahrenheit Absolute, which had the incense in there, which I don't really care for. And then there's Fahrenheit 32, which has like the vanillic orange blossom, which might be nice for spring, but a little bit feminine with the orange blossom. I haven't tried Aqua Fahrenheit, but really I think the Fahrenheit fragrances are maybe a little bit overhyped. And then, of course, even worse is the Dior Homme line. Lots of iris in most of those fragrances, which is love or hate. I never really cared for the original Dior Homme. Dior Homme Intense added some cocoa, so maybe that's a little bit better, but still a bit elegant and not really something that I would wear too often. Then you have this parfum version that's getting a lot of talk. I haven't tried it, but a lot of people say it's just basically like a mishmash of other Dior Homme products. Now, Dior Homme Sport was pretty good, but then they had to change that, reformulate it, and add the iris and give it that same bland feel of the other Dior Homme products. I think probably if I were to own one right now, maybe it would actually be one of the more underrated ones, which would be EAU. So, I don't own a bottle of that one, but I tested it and I thought that was probably the best Dior Homme related product that they put out because it just had a safer feel to it than the other ones. So, yeah, I think Dior Homme and the whole Dior Homme line are kind of played out, and Fahrenheit, all that. So, I think Dior is overrated. You got Dune, you got the higher energy stuff there, but nobody really talks about that too much. So that's my number two is Dior, and number one definitely would be Terry Mugler. I'm not sure what the deal is with Terry Mugler, but a lot of people seem to love Amen, a fragrance that I never really liked too much. Pure Havana gets a lot of love, and to me, it's basically more candy-like than tobacco-like. I think Pure Malt was okay. Um, I haven't tried too many of the other ones. I think I tried Iceman and some of the other ones, but now they have this one Ultra Zest, which my understanding is pretty similar to the original, but with oranges in it. So I'm just kind of wondering why we keep getting all excited every time Terry Mugler comes out with a new flanker. I mean, there's so many fragrances out there. Why are we focusing on flankers of Terry Mugler's Amen, a fragrance that wasn't all that good to begin with? So, yeah, I just think that one definitely deserves to be considered the most overrated house on YouTube right now. So let me know if you agree with me. Do you think Terry Mugler and Christian Dior are both overrated houses that need to be basically taken off the scratch board there, or do you love those two houses and want to hear more and more and more? So that's my thoughts. Thanks for watching, and I will talk to you guys later.